Today I'm really excited because my calendars showed up in the mail. If you don't know who I am, I'm Brian Hansel. I'm a professional landscape photographer based in Grand Marais, Minnesota. And today I'm going to walk you through the various images in my calendar and tell you the stories behind them. I hope you enjoy this video. If you have any questions, let me know below. And if you want to purchase the calendars, you can get them at lulu.com. Lulu prints them and Lulu ships them straight to you. They're not available in stores anymore, so that's why you have to get them. Again, I hope you enjoy this video. For the cover of my 2023 Northern Landscapes calendar, I selected this image, which is from the end of the Gunflint Trail campground, and you're just looking down the Gull River as it goes to Seagull. The next image in my calendar comes from Gooseberry State Park, and this was after a massive snowstorm. I went down for sunrise, and with the blue sky juxtapositioned against the fresh snow, it looked awesome. Just love that golden light. February's image comes from this place called the Tombolo. There was a heart shape formation in the ice, and that made it irresistible to photograph at sunrise. And what a beautiful sunrise it was. Almost perfect, I'd say. In March, this is in the Grand Marais Harbor, and I crawled underneath this shelf of ice, which had icicles hanging down, to capture the sun just lighting up the ice and making a starburst. It was beautiful. April's image brings us to Artist Point. On the north side of Artist Point, starting in April, you can watch the sun rise in the morning. Had a little bit of waves, and the light was absolutely gorgeous, and I thought it was the perfect picture to start off the month of April. Temperance River State Park gets the May image. This is looking up the river at the bridge on Highway 61. I couldn't believe I had a foggy day like this. It was perfect for waterfall photography. For June, we're at the end of the Gunflint Trail again for a sunrise on a perfectly calm day. The lake was mirror-like and the light was golden. I think this is probably one of my favorite images from this year. July's image also comes from the Gunflint Trail. The stars were reflecting in this creek and it was irresistible to photograph. Absolutely love this night image. One of my favorites. I took August's image on a camping trip with my son. He woke up early with me to watch the sunrise, and as we watched it together, I made this photograph of our canoe pointing out towards the lake. What a beautiful morning. My intention on this September morning was to photograph the sun rising over a lake, but it was foggy, and I turned my attention elsewhere and saw this scene. What a beautiful scene of the nice pines and the golden color of the birch in the background. It's hard to get much better than that for a fall color scene. It's a heck of a hike in the day to get to the top of Carlton Peak, but that's what I did to capture this October image. Coming down in the dark was a really interesting experience, but luckily I had a headlamp and the car wasn't too far away, and I came away with this amazing image. A sun mirage behind the Grand Marais Lighthouse makes up November's image. I felt like for this year I wanted something peaceful and calm instead of something wavy and crazy for November, and I think this image nails it for me. We round out the year at Cascade River State Park, which is one of my favorite North Shore state parks. This sunrise was absolutely amazing. I love the ice, I love the pink color, I love the reflection of the pink color in the skim ice, and the lake was pure calm. What a great end to a year. I hope you enjoyed looking at my 2023 Northern Landscapes calendar images, and now let's look at my Canoe Country images. The cover of my Minnesota Canoe Country calendar comes from a camping trip that I had with my son. We got up for sunrise and took a picture that ended up in my other calendar, but I almost put this one in the other one, so I decided to make it a cover of my Canoe Country calendar. For January, we go to the Junco River, which is one of my favorite paddles, outside the Boundary Waters. The sunrise was amazing, the sea smoke was coming off the water. It's hard to beat this. I took February's image of this red canoe on the dock during the blue hour, and I love how the red canoe just pops against all that blue water and blue sky. There's just something really cool about having a red canoe, and it looks so good. I took March's image on a family canoe trip that we took in the Boundary Waters. This is on Seagull Lake, and it's at sunrise. I absolutely love how the black canoe is juxtapositioned against the blue and the pink and the water and the sky. Gorgeous. For April's image, we returned back to the Junco River, and this is an image that actually, in a cropped format, appeared on Sierra Magazine's cover for an issue. And that's me, so it's a selfie. Just love this shot. This May image comes from a trip that I took where I recreated a route done by the state geologist Winchell. This was towards the end of the trip, and I was outside of the boundary waters, heading down towards the ski hill and Lake Superior. June's image comes from a video that I made about paddling to sunrise. You can watch that video on YouTube if you want, but man, what a sunrise. The starburst was perfect, and this lake is gorgeous. July's image is the northern lights over a calm lake with the bow of my canoe sticking out into it. Later, I went out and I paddled underneath the northern lights, and it was just absolutely magical, and I got a shot of that as well. August is on my absolute favorite lake in the Boundary Waters, and this is one of my favorite canoe pictures that I've ever taken in my life. I actually recorded an hour-long podcast with behind the shot that you can listen to if you want to learn more about this shot. September's image is on Seagull Lake, and we were on a family canoe trip. And this shot is fun because it also appears on a billboard right now in the little town of Tofty, so if you're coming up Highway 61, make sure you look. October canoe trips aren't for everyone, but I love them. I love the chill in the air. I love the steam that comes off the lake. The sunrises are gorgeous. This trip was no different. Wow, just what a sunrise. November's image also comes from a October canoe trip. It was chilly, and this is my wife paddling towards sunset. We just went out after we set up camp to get this shot. To round out the calendar, for December, we have a late October canoe trip. It's snowing, everything is beautifully covered with snow, but it was sort of miserable. It was cold, terrible, but we made the best of it and had a fun trip anyways, and saw lots of beautiful scenery, including a waterfall that my kid had never been to. I hope you've enjoyed this canoe calendar, and I hope you enjoyed my Northern Landscape calendar. And if you have any questions about them, be sure to ask in the comments. I'll answer everyone the best I can. Both of these calendars are on sale at lulu.com. So you need to buy them there. You can't get them in any stores. They're only available online. Lulu prints them and they ship them straight to your house. So buy early and buy often, and I appreciate every purchase you make. Thank you, and we'll see you later.